Hi, Brian Zins here at NRA headquarters with Shooting Sports USA. This video, we're going to talk about taking all the fundamentals, the stance, the position, developing a shot process to help build consistency to become a more consistent shooter. Okay, so a lot of people make comments on different shooting blogs, or I get emails about this all the time, and they talk about, they want to learn more about the mental game of NRA Precision Pistol. And a few years ago, Andy Moody and I sat down and we figured out that the mental game is nothing other than that process, the shot process that one needs to develop. And I mean, I have a routine that I follow before every match, and that's kind of a mental program before the match. But in the match itself, my mental program is nothing other than my shot process. So we're going to take all the other videos that we've already done with stance, position, grip, aiming, trigger control, and kind of roll all that in to where it develops into your process. Your process is nothing more than what it takes for you, the individual shooter, to shoot one well-aimed shot. Now, we shoot 22, center fire, 45, maybe service gun, maybe distinguished revolver, slow fire, time fire, rapid fire. No matter what gun, no matter what stage of fire, no matter what distance, it all boils down to mastering one process. That process of becoming consistent in everything it takes to fire one well-aimed shot. Be it 25 or 50 yards, it doesn't matter because the process is still the same. So, taking everything else that we've learned, we've got to be able to master the grip, have a firm, consistent grip that's the same all the time. Our position, so we're not moving around. Okay? Where do we actually start the process? The process, if we start it too early, it's too much of a process. If we start, from the time we set up our gun box on the range and they say, shooters, you're in your prep time, that's not process, that's prep time. Your process should start from about the time the gun comes up off the bench. So if you notice, I use my little block. Most of you have seen my little block that I rest my gun on. That's resting there. Right before that gun comes up to my start position, it's about 45 degrees, that's where I initiate my process. So from right here, the gun comes up off the bench, the eyes go down range, my grip, everything is correct. My position is correct, my grip tension is correct, my trigger finger placement is correct. Everything is consistently where I need it to be. The process is nothing other than, when do I raise the gun? How fast do I raise the gun? All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the gun up, I'm gonna inhale, use my breath to raise the gun up to eye level. So inhale, exhale, sights come into alignment with my eye as they center on the center of the target. As soon as I start seeing the sights coming into the black, the pressure starts building on the trigger. I've already taken up the slack in my grip. So as soon as I inhale, I've got pressure on the trigger. As soon as I exhale and the gun settles into the aiming area and I find my front sights nice, crisp and clear, I start squeezing, shot breaks. Process is over, okay? Now, what we need to be aware of is all the other little things that are going on in your head. We really need to clear our mind of that. If you're standing out here and you start thinking about, hey, on the way home, I gotta stop at the grocery store and get milk. Are you in your process? No. You've got a whole bunch of external influences taking you out. You may add something into that process that you missed. You may forget a crucial step inside that process, okay? The best way to master this process is to write everything down that you do. Videotape yourself shooting. Go to the range with your partner. Have your shooting partner watch you shoot and read your process as you're doing it and see, hey, you're adding something. Hey, you skipped this. Now you got to go back and analyze, is that a step that I need? Do I need to add something to my process? You've got to make that process consistent. And like I said, I watch people compete. It's what I do, okay? If you're ever shooting to my left at a match or anything like that, or I'm on the back on the ready line, I'm watching everything you do. Makes me a better coach. So I'll see people move their feet and not even be aware that they're doing it. I'll see people bring the gun up and they'll move their grip. And I'll ask them, why do you wiggle those fingers before you start to shoot? 9 times out of 10, they don't even know that those fingers are moving, okay? You've got to be consistent in your process, because here's the thing with your process. When you shoot sustained fire, it's the same process for that first shot. The only difference is now we've got recoil management and recovery, and then we start back over on the process where the finger starts moving to the rear, okay? I can talk process for about an hour, but your head's gonna be bouncing off the keyboard or off your tablet watching the video. So get to one of my classes and we can really get in and actually help develop your process and become more of a consistent shooter, all right? Thanks. See you down the range.